Hi Empire Builders, Bill Pitcher here with Empire Building Today. As I mentioned last time, I wanted to have a more informal chat about some of the recent developments on the Empire Avenue site. And the issue that I'd like to take a look at now is the creation of the Twitter index. The first thing I have to do is applaud the Empire Avenue team for taking a rather bold move, indexing over 1 million Twitter accounts and giving everybody a rank. As I mentioned in a blog post, that makes Empire Avenue fairly quickly a fairly large Twitter ranking service, and they're planning to grow that, I guess, as they add server capacity, processing power to basically crunch all the numbers for all those rankings. I'm really not sure how I feel about the Twitter index yet at this point. It takes a lot of money out of the Empire Avenue economy in terms of it floating to other members, and that money floats to people that at the moment are not there investing money back into the economy. Now, interestingly enough, this move planned just after Empire Avenue did away with the upgrade fees for shares. And of course, the upgrade fees took a lot of money out of the economy too. So I'm sure that there's been some thought, and I know these guys think about this quite a bit, into basically managing, what the money supply is. And this is, in a way, much like, governments do with real economies, where they look at, how much cash is in the system, and it's, fighting inflation and sort of maintaining price stability. And I know that a comment that Dupes made was that when they didn't take enough money out, the money flowed too freely, and it was just like you had unlimited money to buy people. You didn't even really have to think too hard about what you do. You just threw money at everybody, and that was kind of boring. So, I think that that's probably part of the thinking that goes into taking money out of the system with these Twitter rankings. Of course, folks are hoping that this Twitter indexing helps draw in some folks that come in to see what's going on, and I imagine it'd be quite interesting if you sign up and you see that a whole bunch of people have been invested in you, and so that could really blow things open if it does start to attract the attention of some of the folks with big followings online. And I guess that's really something we're going to have to watch how it plays out. It could also be something that not everybody responds positively to, but if the majority do, then I think Empire Avenue's onto a really smart thing. Anyway, again, I applaud them for their for what they are trying. I think it's significant. Brings me to another point that I'll make in this particular edition of Empire Building Today, and that is there's been an ongoing sort of back and forth about whether Empire Avenue is a game or whether it is a social network. And I think that you may have noticed that Empire Avenue has decided that while they are obviously maintaining Twitter rankings and indexing, like we just saw, introducing a new element that way, that they are firmly positioning themselves as a game. And I just stumbled over there what I was trying to say. And the reason being is that I believe that they're doing something a little bit more. I believe that, if you look at a company like Zynga, Zynga has a game called Farmville, which is by far their largest game, and a lot of people know Farmville but don't know Zynga. But Zynga has many other games associated with it. So here's an interesting thing. If you are building a social network, you're probably building one social network. But if you're building a game, you're probably building other games. And so I'm wondering, as I look at some of the things that Empire Avenue is doing, are we seeing the birth of a gaming company, and that Empire Avenue is is one element of that. So, take a look around, and you will see that the word game is used a bit more. Dupes mentioned today in a tweet that take a look at the About, where they have very clearly elevated the terminology game versus network. Another subtle little change. For a while they were calling the rankings, the scores that you get for Twitter and Empire Avenue and Facebook and Flickr and the like, influence scores. And now they're calling them social media connection scores. I'd have to look back at the exact terminology, but if you actually take a look on the profile page where your scores are, you'll see that they're no longer called influence scores. And there's an interesting debate about whether Empire Avenue was measuring influence. And if I get a lot of people to respond to me, that is a level of influence. But am I able to do anything besides make them respond? Perhaps not. And so, did I have real influence, or did I just have this one ability? I have lots of connections and lots of interaction with people. So, I think that by this sort of changing the terminology there, that perhaps Empire Avenue takes away one of the pain points, one of the frustrations that people had, where they feel that you're not really measuring influence, and that's a better way to go. You'll also know that the word influencer has disappeared with the new profile pages. So I think that's significant. I think that will make some people feel less frustrated. I never blamed Empire Avenue myself for the fact of what they measured and the way they measured it, because quite frankly, I believe they were measuring the only things that were available to them. How many comments that you get, how many thumbs up, how many likes. There's not really other ways that you can measure somebody's social media engagement. And, perhaps it's not influence, but it's the only measures that are really available to anybody. So my hat's off to them for that little move. So we've seen the rise of the Twitter index. We've seen the move towards the terminology gaming, and we've seen the move away from influence and talking about social media connection scores. All positive moves, and I believe that we're going to see a lot more activity and things going on, and I'll talk more about that next time on Empire Building Today. Thanks a lot. I'm Bill Pitcher. Till then.